Hello, welcome back to my channel, and I'm your Nimsha Davies. I hope you guys already watched the last day one of DSA with Java series. So, welcome to day two of DSA with the Java course. And in the previous video, we learned what is DSA and why it's important, right? So, today, one second, let me open this slide first. Yes. So today we will dive into the second part, that is algorithms, where you will understand what are algorithm, how to design the algorithm, and how to represent them using flowchart and pseudocodes. So let's begin. Before that, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe my channel and also enable the notification bell. So, what is an algorithm? An algorithm is just like a recipe, a clear set of instructions to achieve a result. For example, to make a tea, you follow certain steps like boil the water, add tea powder, add milk and sugar, and serve, right? Similarly, in programming, an algorithm defines the step need to solve a problem. So, an algorithm is a step by step procedure to solve a specific problem. Okay? Here's a simple algorithm example, finding the largest of two numbers. Notice how it clearly defines the input, conditions, output, and the endpoint. And this structure makes the algorithm easy to understand, debug, and later convert into code. The algorithm begins with the start keyword, start. Then we are read two numbers A and B. If A greater than B, print A is greater. And in the step 4, else print B is greater. And the algorithm ends with the stop keyword. Start and stop. It's very, very important. It mandatory in the algorithm. Okay. And in the last video, we already discussed the characteristics of a good algorithm. So let me repeat it again. A good algorithm should have all five of these properties. It must start with an input, it must give an output, it have well defined steps, it must stop and be practically executable. Okay. So if any of these are missing, an algorithm can fail or never ends. Fine. How to design an algorithm? The designing of an algorithm is like solving a puzzle. You must first understand what the problem is, what the problem is asking for. Then identify the data you will use, plan the logic, and finally test it for efficiency. Remember, the best algorithm isn't just one that work. It's the one that work fast and use less memory. That's very, very important. An algorithm must be work fast and use less memory. Okay. So algorithm design steps are, first we have to understand the problem, then we have to identify the input and the expected output. Then we have to list the possible solution, or we have to plan the logic. Okay. Then we have to write the steps or pseudocode. Finally, we have to test it for the efficiency or to check the performance. Okay, fine. Actually, I'm not reading those steps. I'm explaining what is algorithm or what are the characteristics. So you can read these steps. I already uploaded these documents on my GitHub repository here, DSA with the Java notes. So you can read those things. Okay, I don't want to repeat it again and again. So that's why I'm not reading these things. Fine. So, representation of algorithm. Algorithm can be represented in many ways, but mainly in flowcharts and pseudocode manner. We can represent it in a natural language or in flowchart or in pseudocode. Flowchart and pseudocode are the most popular ones. The flowchart gives you a visual view of the logic, and the pseudocode, it bridges the gap between the logic and the code. Okay, it's act like a bridge between the logic and the code. Flowchart and pseudocode, those two things are most important one. Okay, so these are the symbols that we are using in the flowchart. It uses a standard symbols, oval for the start or the end. Okay, and the rectangles for the operations, diamond for the decision, arrow to show the flowchart direction. Okay, and parallelogram is for our input and output, to read the input and output. Okay, to read the input and to print the output. Fine. So this makes the logic easier to visualize before writing the actual code. Clear? So let me show an example. Yeah, this is a simple example of the flowchart. Oval. Oval shape is for the start and the end. Start and end is mandatory in the algorithm as well as in the flowchart. Okay, and we use the see, parallelogram. I'm sorry, the shape is not here. It's triangle here. I'm so sorry. It's parallelogram. This one. Okay. Parallelogram is for the input and to print the output as well. Fine. And the rectangle is for doing the operation. So here we start the flow chart. We start our algorithm of its flow chart. First we started it. Then we read the input. Read number 1 and number 2. Okay. Then in the rectangle we are doing the operation. Sum equal to number 1 plus number 2. And again in the parallelogram we are printing the sum, we are printing the output. Okay, and in the oval shape again we are ending it. Okay, it's just simple flow chart for adding two numbers. Okay, so flowchart are great for beginners. It will help you to think visually about the logic. Fine. Coming to the pseudocode. Pseudocode look like code but isn't real syntax. Okay. It mainly, let me show an example. Yeah, this is an example for pseudocode. It mainly used during the planning stage before you write the actual Java program. It helps you to focus on the logic rather than worrying about the syntax error. It's not a syntax. It's just look like code, but it's not syntax. Okay, clear? Then, not there are different types of algorithm, right? But not all algorithms are equal. Some can solve the same problem much faster than the other. That's where the efficiency comes in. An algorithm must be faster. It must use less memory. Those two things are very important. Okay, we measure this using time complexity and space complexity, which we will explore it in more detail in the upcoming videos. Okay, time complexity and space complexity. Just note those words. Fine. So let's take searching as an example. Okay, if we check each item one by one, that's linear search. But if we divide and search in halves, that's binary search. We will do the problem later. Okay, in Java, we'll do the problem later. Fine. So both solves the same problem. Linear search and binary search both are used to find an element, right? Both solve the same problem, but here binary search is more efficient than the linear search. It is more faster. So this shows why algorithm design matters more. Okay. Then, yeah, it's just a difference between the pseudocode and the flowchart. Both pseudocode and flowcharts are very, very useful for us. The flowchart help you to visualize the process, while the pseudocode help you to prepare the logic for coding. Okay, so in our course, we will use both before implementing the Java code. Okay. Mm, yeah, to sum up, algorithms are the heart of programming logic. They define how efficiently we can solve the problems. Algorithm defines how efficiently to solve the problem, step by step process. Okay, so always aim for algorithm that are both simple and faster and which use less memory. Got it? Okay, so let me give today's assignment, just simple practice task. So just try this as your mini homework. Okay, create both an algorithm and flowchart for these two problems, and this will help you to get comfortable with this process. Okay, then just share your result or share your code on the comment section below. Fine. Then yes, that's all for today's session. And in day 3, we will start exploring time and space complexity, where you will learn how to measure the algorithm's performance. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you are learning something new. See you in the next class. That's all for this video. Bye bye. If you want these PPT notes, you can check my GitHub. Fine. Bye.